Hey everyone, this is Alex or PolymomoTea, and today I have another Among Us video, and because the first one was so popular, I decided to do a second one, and I did get your request, so I will be doing the pets soon, but these are BT21 themed, and I made the crewmates and some imposter versions as well, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. So first I'm going to start out with Van, so I'm going to take some gray clay and I'm going to pinch it into a potato shape and I'm going to cut it in half and I'm going to attach it to the white counter half that I'll do the same thing and attach the two ends together. So for the legs I'm going to take some gray clay and roll into a cylinder shape, cut it flat on one end and slightly at a slant on the other, and I'm going to do the same thing with the white. And I'm going to place that on the bottom of our body. For the horn, I'm going to take some gray clay and roll it into a cone shape, cut it in half, and I'm going to attach it to the white half. And I'm going to cut off the end together, and I'm going to place that on top of our head. For the backpack, we're going to take some gray clay and pinch into a rectangle and cut in half and attach that to a white rectangle. And then we're going to place that at the back of our potato. For the helmet, I'm going to take some white clay and I'm going to pinch it into a rounded, kind of softened, cornered rectangle shape and cut off the end. And we're going to place that onto the front. Next, I'm taking some black clay and I'm going to roll into a thin snake. And we're going to wrap it around our little helmet for the outline and cut off the excess. And we'll have our finished crewmate. Next, we're going to make the imposter version, so all we have to do is make hands. So I'm going to take some gray clay, flatten it into a pancake shape, and make 3 indent marks to make 4 fingers. And then we're just going to separate the 4 fingers and make it a little bit more distinct. And then carefully we're gonna roll it and pinch it kind of into a curl, so it looks like it's kind of grasping a ball almost. And then we're gonna make the same one with white clay, and then we're gonna attach it on either ends of our Among Us character, which I lost the clip for it so it doesn't show. But here is our crewmate. And then here is the imposter version. And it seemed like Van was an imposter after all. Next we're gonna make Chimi. So I took the same potato with legs. I'm adding a white helmet, a black outline, an orange backpack. I have little thin snakes of orange clay that I'm going to place at the bottom of our helmet with 2 little dots, and these will be like the little hoodie dangly things that Chimi has. Then I'm going to take some black clay and pinch it into flattened teardrop shapes, and these will be the ears, and we'll need 2 of them, and we're going to place 1 flat and then 1 slightly sticking up. And here's our crewmate form. Then we're going to make the imposter version, so I'm going to make a really long potato, and then I'm going to cut out a giant triangle in the middle. I gave our little imposter some legs, along with a white helmet, and a black outline. And like I said before, I really am sorry for being out of the frame so many times, but it's very repetitive, so you're not missing too much. So I'm adding an orange backpack, the 2 ears, 1 down and 1 slightly up, and the little hoodie dangly thingies. And this will be on the bottom part of the mouth. And then we're going to take some white clay, pinch it into a cone shape, and cut off the end. And these will be the little teeth. And I'm going to place that into the mouth and just lots of teeth. For the giant tongue snake steak, thing that comes out, we're gonna take some black clay and roll it into a thin cone. And we're gonna place that into the middle of the mouth and then let that bake. So here is our crewmate Chimi. And then we have our imposter version with its little black tongue stake, kind of spike thorn thing. And it seemed like Chimi was an imposter after all as well. Next, we'll be making RJ, so we're going to take the same white potato with legs and we're going to add a white helmet, a light brown outline. We're going to take a ball of white clay and pinch it into a teardrop shape. And we're going to cut off the end, and these will be the two ears. And we're going to place the two ears on top of our potato. Then for RJ's scarf, I'm going to take some red clay and flatten it out. And I'm going to cut out a scalene triangle. And we're going to have it wrap around the bottom of our helmet. And on the corner of one of the scarves, we're going to add two red teardrop shapes and then a dot in the middle. And this will be like the knot of the scarf. Oh, and I almost forgot, a square backpack. That's white. Oh, and for the imposter version, we're gonna make a knife. So I'm gonna take some silver clay and roll that out flat. And I'm gonna cut it out into a trapezoid kind of shape. And then on the top, you're gonna cut out a bunch of little triangles. And then we're going to take some black clay, and this is like a glittery black or a pearly black clay. And I'm just going to cut out a little rectangle, and this will be the handle. So on a ball of white clay, this will be the hand. We're going to put the black rectangle on and put the blade on top of that. And just put that on the side of our potato. So here we have our crewmate RJ with this cute little scarf. And then here we have our imposter version with the knife. And it also looks like RJ was an imposter after all. How many imposters will be on the ship? Next we're gonna have Tata, so I'm gonna take a blue potato and I'm adding little yellow dots everywhere. And I'm gonna give it some legs as usual. And then for the helmet, it's gonna be a red helmet. And I was debating if I wanted to make it a heart or not, but I decided to keep the original kind of shape to it. And I gave it a little black outline. And a blue backpack in the back. So next, for the imposter version, I'm going to take some silver clay and I'm going to roll it out flat and cut out an L shape. Now I don't endorse violence, but because we want to make all the imposter versions, please bear with me. I'm going to make some indents with my blade. And then we're going to place a little blue hand on the side of our Among Us character and place our little L on top of the hand. So here we have our crewmate. And then we have our imposter version, and Tata was also an imposter. We're gonna make cute little Koia, so we're gonna take some light blue clay and flatten it out into an oval shape. And in the middle, we're gonna put a little mint oval flattened out, and we're going to cut this in half, and these will be Koia's ears. And we're going to place it on top of our light blue potato with legs and place it on top of the head. Then we're going to place a little light blue helmet on top, and we're going to outline it with a purple outline. And a light blue backpack. Then for the imposter version, we're gonna cut it in half. And we're gonna roll out some black clay and flatten it out. Cut out a nice little rectangle. So Koia is going to be riding the vent, so we're going to take some red clay and flatten it out and cut out a little diamond shape. And place that on the corner of our helmet. And we're going to place our Koia head onto the black square. Now this is probably the most annoying part of the tutorial. We're going to take some gray clay and flatten it out, cut out a giant rectangle, and we're gonna make little indents because this is gonna be the vent or the grate. So we have to cut out tiny little strips of clay and do it carefully so the pieces don't break apart. So this is the most annoying part of the tutorial. Next, when we have the grate to our partial satisfaction, we're just gonna lean it on top of the Koia head. So here we have our Koia crewmate, and he looks like he's doing his admin swipes and doing his tasks as normal. But in reality, he's taking a peek in the vents and traveling around. So it looks like Koia was also an imposter, and we think we have a little bit too many imposters for this ship. So next we're gonna make Ming our little dancer among us character. So on top of our purple potato we have a light blue helmet with a pink outline. And a purple backpack. And Ming has a little mane, so we're gonna take some dark purple clay and roll it into an oval shape and flatten it out, and we're gonna cut off the end. And we'll make that into 3 different sizes. And we'll attach that starting from the helmet and just bring it on back. And we're gonna take some light blue clay and roll it into an oval shape, cut off the end, kind of like a nub. And these will be the ears, which we'll be placing on the head. And I put it a little bit further back, but then I moved it kind of closer to the helmet. Next, for the corpse version, we're gonna take the potato with the backpack and cut in half. And then I'm gonna take some pink clay, kind of pinch it into a heart shape, because Ming has a heart-shaped nose, and I kind of made a flattened heart, and we'll place that in the middle of our body. For the bone, we're going to take some white clay and we're going to roll it out into a cylinder shape. Next, we'll pinch one end to be a little bit fatter, and using our blade, we're going to kind of cut it in half. And then we're just going to make it a little bit more distinct by pinching it with our fingers. And then we're going to cut off the end and place that into the middle of our heart. So here we have our little crewmate Ming dancing around and prancing on the ship. And it looks like he was killed by an imposter, so Ming was actually a crewmate. Next we're going to have little Cookie, which is our little bunny. So I'm going to take a pink potato and add a little light yellow helmet with a black outline. And Cookie's gonna have a little pink backpack. For the ear, we're gonna take some pink clay and we're gonna roll it into a teardrop shape and then flatten that out. And in the middle, we're gonna put a light yellow flattened teardrop shape, and we're gonna cut off the end. And one ear is gonna be placed upright. And I had one slightly longer ear so we can bend it. Next, we're gonna make Cookie's little ghost. So I'm gonna take the pink clay and I'm gonna pinch it into a little like ghost tail. So this is not a potato shape. And we're gonna add a little pink backpack. add on the helmet along with the outline. And we're going to add on the ears just like we did the crewmate style. So here we have our little cookie Among Us crewmate, and he's just doing his tasks to, you know, doing shields or something. And then looks like an imposter killed him and he's doing his tasks as a ghost now. So it looks like Cookie was our second crewmate of the ship. So next we're going to make Shakey, so we're going to add dark brown legs to a light brown potato. And this is probably the most potato looking one. And he's also going to have a dark brown helmet with a black outline. And he'll have a dark brown rectangular backpack in the back. Next, our little Shakey is going to have a little pet, so we're going to make a snowman out of light brown clay and add on some nubs for the arms and legs. And on the top of the snowman, it has a little dot eyes and line smile face. And on the bottom, he's going to have 3 lines for like the sleepy eyes and the very neutral mouth. So here is our little crewmate Shakey. And then here is his little pet friend, which I don't know the name, but it's a cute little pet. And his pet's just gonna follow him around. But we don't know if he's a crewmate or imposter. What do you think? So here I have all the crewmates of my BTS characters, or BT21 characters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now that you saw all the different versions of imposters, you can actually just mix and match. You don't have to follow the same exact imposters that I did. You can just use the tutorial and kind of do it for any of the characters that you want. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you!